Have you ever wondered how your hand pulls back immediately when you touch something hot, even before you consciously feel the pain? This quick reaction is not magic, it happens because of rapid communication inside your nervous system. Today, we continue part 2 of the chapter Biological Basis of Human Behavior, where we will understand neurons and how they communicate to control behavior. Human behavior includes thinking, feeling, learning, remembering, and moving. All the activities depend on the nervous system. The nervous system functions through billions of specialized cells called neurons. To understand behavior from a biological perspective, we must first understand neurons and neural communication. What is a neuron? A neuron, also known as a nerve cell, is the basic structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Neurons receive information from the environment, process this information, and transmit messages to other neurons, muscle, or glands. The human brain alone contains billions of neurons, forming complex networks responsible for behavior. Although neurons differ in shape and size, they share a common basic structure. Structure of a neuron. Each neuron has 6 important parts. First, cell body or soma. The cell body is the main part of the neuron. It contains the nucleus, which stores genetic information. The cell body integrates information received from other neurons. Surrounding neurons are glial cells. Glial cells do not transmit impulses, but they provide support, nourishment, protection, and help remove waste products. Second, dendrites. Dendrites are short branch-like extensions from the cell body. Their main function is to receive impulses from nearby neurons and carry them toward the cell body. The greater the number of dendrites, the more information a neuron can receive. Third, axon. The axon is a long, thin fiber that carries impulses away from the cell body to other neurons or muscles. An axon may be very short or extremely long. Some axons extend from the spinal cord to the toes. Fourth, terminal buttons. At the end of the axon, it divides into many fine branches called terminal buttons. These terminal buttons store and release neurotransmitters, which help in communication between neurons. Fifth, synapse. A synapse is the tiny gap between two neurons. The neuron sending the message is called the presynaptic neuron. The neuron receiving the message is called the postsynaptic neuron. Information is transmitted across the synapse chemically. Sixth, myelin sheath. Many axons are covered by a fatty white substance called the myelin sheath. It acts as an insulator and increases the speed of impulse transmission. In myelinated neurons, impulses can travel up to 120 meters per second. Damage to the myelin sheath occurs in multiple sclerosis, leading to muscle weakness and loss of coordination. Types of neurons. Based on function, neurons are classified into 3 types. First, sensory neurons. Sensory neurons carry impulses from sense organs such as eyes, ears, skin, and nose to the brain and spinal cord. Motor neurons carry impulses from the brain and spinal cord to muscles and glands. They help in improvement and bodily actions. Association neurons, also called as interneurons, connect sensory neurons and motor neurons. They are found only in the brain and spinal cord and play a crucial role in thinking, learning, and decision making. Reflex action. A reflex action is a simple, automatic, and involuntary response to a stimulus. It does not involve conscious thinking. Example, when the tendon below the knee is tapped, the leg moves forward automatically. This is known as the knee-jerk reflex. Most reflex actions are controlled by the spinal cord and help protect the body from harm. The neural pathway involved in a reflex action is called the reflex arc. Communication with the neurons. Communication within a neuron is electrical in nature. Neurons contain electrically charged particles called ions. The movement of sodium and potassium ions creates electrical changes. At rest, the inside of the neuron is negatively charged and the outside is positively charged. This state is called resting potential. Action potential. When a neuron receives a strong stimulus, the electrical charge across the membrane changes suddenly. This rapid electrical change is called action potential. Action potential follows the all or none principle. It either occurs fully or does not occur at all. Once initiated, the impulse travels along the entire length of the axon. Communication between neurons. Neurons do not touch each other directly, they communicate across the synapse. When an impulse reaches the terminal buttons, neurotransmitters are released. These chemicals cross the synaptic cleft and bind to receptors on the next neuron, allowing the impulse to continue. Neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that enable communication between neurons. They influence behavior, emotions, learning, memory, and movement. They can be excitatory or inhibitory, either increasing or decreasing neural activity. Acetylcholine, which is also known as ACH. Acetylcholine is widely distributed throughout the nervous system. It plays a major role in muscle movement, attention, learning, and memory. It is essential for activities like walking, talking, breathing, and writing. A deficiency of ACH is associated with Alzheimer's disease, leading to memory loss and cognitive decline. Dopamine deficiency. Dopamine is involved in movement, motivation, pleasure, and emotional regulation. A deficiency of dopamine in certain brain areas leads to Parkinson's diseases. Symptoms include tremors, muscle rigidity, and slow movement. Key points about neurotransmitters. Released from terminal buttons, act across synapses, can excite or inhibit neurons. Imbalance leads to psychological disorders. Let me conclude, students. Thus, neurons and neurotransmitters form the biological foundation of behavior. Every thought, emotion, and movement depends on the efficient neural communication. Understanding this process helps us understand human behavior scientifically. If this detailed explanation helped you, please subscribe to the channel for more clear syllabus-oriented psychology lessons. Keep learning, stay curious. See you in the next class.